Hello and welcome to Monaco for an F2 race today that I've certainly been looking forward to. It should be a lot of fun. This track definitely brings out a lot of excitement, that is for sure. Really looking forward to the race today. This will be our third F2 race of the season, as we're waiting here for just a couple more drivers to join. Looks like today we will be seeing a one-shot quali, followed by a feature race, with the top 10 racers getting some points. We will then see reverse grid from the 8th place finish down to the 1st place finish of the feature race. Will be start at the top down to the 8th spot in our sprint race, where our top 8 drivers will get points for that sprint race. And as usual, our fastest lap times will also gather a couple of much needed points. So looking forward to having a lot of fun here, guys. Do let me know that you're here down in the comments, and we'll look to have some fun here in Monaco. Just a quick recap of what we saw in our last F2 race. Bette took the win in the feature race, with Justice narrowly behind in second. Vapor Trench took third. We had Styx, our current table leader, finish in 4th last week. And Let's Get Fiscal finished in 5th place last week. Last week in the sprint race, we saw Styx go ahead and take that win. And of course the 15 points that came with it for 1st place in the sprint. We had Worried Cloud take 2nd place. Vapor Trench took 3rd. Let's Get Fiscal 4th. And 5th place in the sprint race was Trulson. So it should be a lot of fun here, folks. Up for grabs, of course, in the feature race is 25 points for that 1st place finish, 18 for 2nd, 15 for 3rd, 12 for 4th, 10 for 5th, 8 and 6th, 6 points for 7th, 4 in 8th place, 2 points for 9th place, and 10th point, gathering 1 point. Here in the table in F2, we have Styx leading the way with 61 points. Let's Get Fiscal at a somewhat distant second with 45 points. Of course, that's only after 2 races, so still lots of time in this F2 season. Bette in 3rd place with 36 points. Kappa in 4th place with 28 points. And Vapor Trent rounds out our top 5 in the F2 table with 27 points. Hello, Lazy. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you. Hope you enjoy the race. And yes, indeed, good luck to everyone here in Monaco. It will be a very, very tight race, as Monaco is a relatively short track, only about 3 1/3 kilometers. 19 turns, however, and many, many sharp turns in this Monaco circuit. So it should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. Of course, there is one pit stop that every driver will be obligated to take to change the tires at least once during the feature race. The sprint race, of course, has no such requirement. And Lazy says here in the chat that he is looking to stay out of the barriers. I have a feeling, Lazy, you won't be the only driver that will be anticipating that. Hello, Worried Cloud. What's going on? Hope you're doing okay. Should be having a lot of fun here in Monaco as we do start this session and this one-shot quali, which I will do my best to bring to you all the details of this track as we get through this qualifying lap. Once again, I say welcome to Monaco. On the mic, as usual, this is Ben Silver, aka Zerios, and looking forward to a very fun race here in Monaco. On this track, it's very much blink and you'll miss it, as I have a feeling with these 21 drivers, we will see carnage, action, and hopefully some incredible racing. All of your favorites will be racing today. Very much looking forward to see how Styx defends that lead in the table. See if maybe Justice and Trulson, who are just out of that top 5, can get something done today and work their way into the top 5 of the table. I'm very much looking forward to this. And it looks like we are starting this qualifying here. We'll hop on board now with, let's see, Josh Smithness is who we have through this one shot. Seems to be doing a good job. Looks like only Greeny's ahead of him so far in the qualifying lap. Let's go ahead and pull up some telemetry and little map action. So Greeny leading the way in this one-shot qualifying with Josh Smithness just behind. Nicholas Volkmann, of course, overtakes Josh Smithness now. So we'll hop on for a little while with Nicholas Volkmann in this qualifying lap as he enters Sector 2. It's going to be quite a fun race. As we see, Gourlay is already not going to post a qualifying time. So bad luck for him. Oh, and unfortunately, we just saw Nicholas Volkmann also invalidate his lap. So let's hop back up to the top of the table here. On with Greeny as he enters Sector 3. Oh, and he's just invalidated. Bad luck for him. So it looks like Leskin Fiscal is now our pole getter. Let's see if we can work our way up to him. Lots of invalidated track times here. Really unfortunate as people invalidate left and right on this qualifying. We see Vichensky here. Not going to set maybe his fastest time, but certainly will be happy to set a time here in Monaco, as we see lots of folks not do that. Big Baguette must have spun out at some point, but he will set a time and put himself in that top 15. So not too bad from him. We'll take a look at the grid as we start our feature race here in Monaco. Lots of disqualifications on that qualifying. So Let's Get Fiscal will start at pole. That's something we don't frequently see from him, setting the fastest time here in Monaco. Red Sniper will start in P2, Josh Smithness in P3, Justice P4, Vapor Cobalt P5, Worried Cloud P6, CRX Mars P7, P8 will be Colin 219, KJ will be P9, 10th our current table leader Styx will be there in 10th, 11th is CRX, 12th is Vapor Lazy, Vichensky 13th, and Big Baguette, who set our last qualifying time without being disqualified, will be P14. All right, and as we get started on this feature race, give me just a moment here, folks. All right, we are back and ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so our table is set as we move in to our feature race here in Monaco. Something tells me that we are in for a real treat here in Monaco with these 21 drivers. This is the most, as far as on my streams, that I've seen start a race for F2. So I have a feeling we're going to see some real carnage take place, as many of these drivers will look to get their first points of the very young F2 season. And we get underway of this formation lap with Let's Get Fiscal leading the way. Take a look at tires as we see lots of softs for this race as we get it started. Alright, that should be a good place to start here. And you know, Fiscal, who's always been really, really solid at just keeping it on the track and playing it safe, will really be enjoying this pole position. Hopefully we'll get out in front of maybe some carnage that might follow behind through these first few turns here in Monaco. Definitely something that he will enjoy, not having to worry about being lost back in the pack. A couple of shocking disqualifications in qualifying. Very shocked to see Greeny not post a time in qualifying. Trulson, Vapor Trench, all really good drivers who will certainly look to make up lots of spots here in our grid. As we've seen a couple of drivers here in Monaco being disqualified in our formation lap. Not what you want to see. Not going to be able to get that temp in their tires. And certainly coming into Monaco, that is not what you need. So once again, Let's Get Fiscal is going to be on pole. Red Sniper in second. Josh Smith in this will start in third. Justice in fourth. And rounding out our top five will be Vapor Cobalt. Vapor Cobalt, if you're following our F1 league, is leading the way in F1 through the first few races there. But here in F2, it's Styx, Let's Get Fiscal, and Big Baguette are the top 3 points getters so far at this point. As we see our racers take their positions as we get ready for some red lights and some excellent racing here in Monaco. Ladies and gents, I hope you enjoy as we get underway here in Monaco. And we see the red lights blinking on one at a time. 5 red lights. And away they go. And we have a couple folks with that early start. Greeny and Volkman, not what they wanted with that start there. And we'll just try to keep it on this corner. Definitely see some damage. Oh, lots of damage. Oh, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not good. Look at that carnage on this first turn. Oh my goodness. That is incredible. Not what we want to see as we see Greeny slip through. CRX, Mars, Reflection, Vapor Trench all seem to be back here just waiting to get through. Oh, this is not what you want to see as we already have a safety car in lap 1, ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it. As we see Trulson, Vapor Lazy, and Vapor Trench all being disqualified on that first turn. Wow, absolute carnage already in Monaco. We knew to expect it, but wow, that is, I mean, I guess that's what you can come to expect here in Monaco, is we are under a safety car, only 1 lap in, and we've already lost 3 drivers. Wow, that is, oh dear, yeah, that's putting it lightly, Isaac. Oh dear indeed. As we've seen Vapor Lazy, Vapor Trench, and Trulson all disqualified here in Monaco. Wow. And we will jump back up here with Let's Get Fiscal under the safety car. Couldn't even get through, honestly, the first turn before just absolute carnage. I mean, incredible, really. That's just what Monaco brings out. As we will have this safety car take us through the next lap at the very least, as these drivers are all pretty bunched together already, so I feel like the safety car probably won't stay out the full 3 laps, but might. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Just truly incredible as we see lots and lots of drivers who took damage on that first turn pit. We see Big Baguette pit, we see CRX pit, both CRX Goads and CRX Mars are in the pits. Nicholas Volkman is pitted, Gourlay is pitted, Clark is pitted, and Greeny has pitted. And we do see that both Styx and Let's Get Fiscal have picked up some penalties. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what those penalties are in our race director. Let's see. Looks like Greeny's got that drive-through. Nicholas Volkman also has a drive-through penalty. Lots of warnings here. Clark has a 5-second time penalty for collision. Mars has that 5-second for collision. Big Baguette, 5-second for the collision. Honestly, wow, just lots and lots of severe collision penalties, as you can see here. Fiscal picks up the drive-through penalty for speeding under that safety car. Wow, he's out in first place, so that is not what he wanted to see. But, I mean, just look at all of these collision penalties. Just from that first corner here in Monaco in the first lap. And we've seen 3 drivers already head back to the green room, I suppose, to watch the rest of this race from the big screen. Really disappointing. So Fiscal will not be happy with that drive-through penalty. I'm not sure what he was thinking, speeding under the safety car. He's got to know better. Got to be just a little bit more careful. So he's going to have to serve that drive-through penalty at some point during this race. Certainly not what he wanted to see, as we will see Let's Get Fiscal go ahead and leave the session. Wow, I wonder what happened there. We also see Vapor Lazy, Big Baguette, Greeny. It looks like we may just be getting a restart. Let's see, I'm not getting any information from our race director yet. Let's see, I'm gonna check our chat here. Wow, this is incredible. Wow. So it does look like we are going to get a restart of this race. Wow, that was something else. As Ben Davison's watching the stream and apparently laughing. Ben, you know, I am at a loss myself. This is certainly something else. As soon as I get a note from Fiscal, I will also hop out and rejoin our new lobby, because it looks like that is what we will be doing. Wow. Honestly, this is something else, and it looks like we are going to try this one more time. I will be jumping in the lobby here as soon as I get the invite. I'm going to go ahead and quit on out and wait for that invite from Fiscal. Wow. As we see now in the race chat, we have some arguments about ghosting to try this again with ghosting enabled. Truly something else, guys. Wow. So hopefully we'll get this going. As I see from the chat that some of those disqualifications were because people bunched up in turn 1 and were blocking the pit lane. I'm not sure that was wholly fair disqualification, which might be why we're getting this restart. I mean, geez, what a horrendous start here in Monaco. And it looks like we're gonna try it again. Oh man. Well, folks, I have a feeling that at the very least this can't go any worse. I really hope that I'm not jinxing it, but you know, at the very least you got some really good entertainment through our first attempt at Monaco. It looks like we'll be having a second attempt, hopefully with maybe slightly less carnage through turn 1. That was certainly something else, wasn't it? As we'll try Monaco again. You know, I was promised by Let's Get Fiscal that this particular race would be anything but boring, and so far it has certainly lived up to the hype. I certainly wouldn't call that start boring in any way, shape, or form. As we're waiting here for just a couple more drivers to come in. Wow, a lot of fun. Looks like we are still waiting on one more driver here. We're at 20 of our 21. Yeah, I mean, I am honestly at a loss. That was truly incredible. Right through the first lap, through that home straight, it looked like our first maybe 10 or so drivers got through relatively unscathed, but the back half of the pack just got, for lack of a better term, wham-bosied by that turn 1, that sharp right turn that really leaves so little margin for error. I mean, it's maybe 2 total car lengths wide at the most, and all it took was one driver really losing it, maybe taking a bit of contact and veering off to cost several drivers disqualifications or those 5-second collision penalties. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll do it again here in Monaco. And it looks like we are just going to start with another one-shot qualifying. So we'll bring it to you live, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe if I can get some of the drivers' opinions that are watching this of what exactly went wrong there. I mean, it just seemed like absolute carnage. I'm not sure who was the first driver to really lose it, but it seemed like it was around that 11, 12 position where things really started to go downhill very quickly. And we'll do it again. Do this one-shot quali, and we'll see what happens. As our drivers get ready, and we'll go straight into the qualification, take 2. And we'll see if we have a similar starting grid here, as we'll stop with Styx, who is the leader right now on the table. We'll start in the cockpit with him. As we see him, reflection looks like he's not going to be able to set a lap here. As they come around into Sector 2, Greeny is in that pole position. Hopefully he won't get invalidated lap here in qualifying. We've got Let's Get Fiscal holding up at P2. Styx is making up quite a bit of time, just alternating anywhere from P3 all the way down to P8 as he'll look to keep it together here in Sector 2. Should indeed be a lot of fun. Let's take a look up at the top with Greeny and see if he manages to keep it on the track here and not invalidate this lap as he's coming into Sector 3. Very, very tricky top to bottom. We'll see what happens here. And looking good for Greeny. He's got a couple more turns. Hopefully he won't invalidate this. He's looking like he's going to comfortably set that pole position here in Monaco for our second attempt. A lot more drivers making it through and setting a time here. Greeny's going to set that fastest time than Nicholas Volkman. Josh Smith in this Let's Get Fiscal, and Justice will round out our top 5 of qualifying. That's Greeny in first, Nicholas Volkman in second, Josh Smith in this in third, fourth Let's Get Fiscal, fifth is Justice. We did see Styx end up invalidating his quality time, so he will end up at the back of the pack to start this feature race. And we'll try this one again here. We see lots of folks going to those wet tires, I think, here in Monaco. So hopefully that will help and limit our collisions. Certainly should be something else. As we see here, folks, our starting grid. We do, as I said, have Greeny starting in pole position. So he'll be much happier with that than I believe being I think he started the last race maybe in 17th or 18th position. So certainly we'll be looking much better here. So we'll just, pretend that last go in Monaco never happened. And we will take another shot at it here. Just a quick reminder, last week, or last race I should say, in the Netherlands, we saw Big Baguette take home first in this feature race, Justice second, Vapor Trench third, Styx fourth. We will have a lot of work to do starting at the back of the grid here. I think he's going to be starting in P20. And Let's Get Fiscal finished in fifth in that feature race. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Certainly, I think the name of the game is just get through turn one. Maybe hope that the field spreads out a little bit to allow hopefully less collisions throughout the rest of this race. And, you know, I'll be here to bring it all to you live as we will hope to see what happens. Through this formation lap, we'll have Greeny leading the way in pole. Just seems to be really pushing his way through this formation lap. Not really spinning the tires too much, just giving it all go. Looks like he's eager to get this race started. We see Nicholas Volkman, of course, in P2, Josh Smith in P3, Fiscal P4, Justice P5, Red Sniper P6, Vapor Cobalt P7, KJ P8, Worry Cloud 9, CRX Mars 10, Vapor Lazy 11, CRX Goads will be starting in 12th, Gorlay 13th, Clark will be 14th, Trulson 15th, Big Baguette 16th, Colin 17th, Vichensky 18th, Vapor Trench 19th, Styx 20th, and Reflection will be bringing up the rear here in 21st as we see him slowly and carefully going around that scary turn 6 here. I'm sure we'll see a lot of action there. So as you see Greeny finishing up through here, Sector 3, coming out of turn, I believe that's 19, our last turn, into the home straight. This will be, the home straight is our only DRS zone in this Monaco circuit. And it is indeed a restart, fam, from Bette Jalle, who I think maybe I should pursue litigation against for that blatant plagiarism of his name. As we see the cars get set here in Monaco, everyone finished their formation lap, so that is promising. Hopefully, we'll see what happens here as we get underway in Monaco for the second time. And let's go ahead and turn on those lights, fellas. We got 3, 4, and 5 red lights. As we wait, they go off almost immediately. No early starts here. Here we go. Let's see what happens through turn 1. It looks pretty clean so far. Let's see. Bit of damage. I saw some wing damage, but it looks like everyone's still on the track, at least for now. I'm not sure who it is that has that wing damage. We'll have to go back and take a look. We do have some penalties, I'm sure, for some collisions off that turn 1, and we have a safety car. Once again, in lap 1, we do have a safety car. Wow. So immediate safety car once again. Let's see if we can find out who that is that really, I guess, took some big damage to begin the race. Looks like, let's see, it's not Fiscal. Who is our other? Vapor Lazy, maybe? Is that? No, he's okay. So I'm not sure who it is that is just stalled on the track halfway through Sector 1. Let's see if I can get an idea. I guess that might just be the indicator of the safety car. As we will once again have a safety car after the first lap. So, wow. I mean, the absolute carnage of Monaco really coming into play here. We'll go ahead and take a look at those penalties and see what they are as we wait for the safety car to lead the way. Let's take a look. So we have Josh Smithness picking up a 5-second for collision. We have Justice picking up a 5-second for collision. Looks like they collided with each other. Colin picking up 5 seconds for his collision with CRX Ghost. Vapor Trench also picks up a 5-second penalty for a collision with CRX Mars, who then also picks up the 5-second penalty. And we see lots of warnings too. Wow. Just incredible, honestly. We're up for one heck of a race here, indeed. Take a look at those tires. Lots of soft tires here in Monaco as the safety car leads us around lap 2. Monaco's going to be a messy race. I think we always knew that coming into it, and I think between this feature race and our sprint race, we're only going to see more carnage. As we see Greeny right on the fender of our safety car, as our safety car leads our drivers through turns 10 and 11. As we bunch back up, let's see if we can get an idea of where damage might be on these drivers. Maybe a bit of damage on Justice. I think I saw a missing wing there, or an end plate rather. Yeah, it looks like he's definitely missing an end plate. Let's Get Fiscal looks to be in good health. Let's see, no damage for Vapor Cobalt, but I can see KJ looks good. Vapor Lazy definitely. No, he looks okay. Trulson looks okay. Corley seems to be okay. Sticks okay. Clark is okay. Let's see if we can see any damage on Big Baguette. Maybe a bit of damage on Big Baguette. I can't quite see if that end plate is missing on his wing. Reflection seems to be okay. Jensky seems to be okay. Colin, no damage that I can see. CRX Mars, no damage despite that collision. And CRX Goes, we'll take a look here as he's trying his best to catch up to this safety car. Red Sniper's just left the session. I'm not sure what happened there. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin. I don't see any reason why he would have left. As our safety car takes us into lap 3 now, as we wait for CRX Goads to catch up to our safety car. Hop on with Greeny here as we wait for the safety car to lift. And we'll see what kind of start Greeny can get when the safety car does come off. As we see once again through turn 11. Into turn 12, this relatively sharp. As you guys can see from home, there is just no space here at Monaco. Really only 1 or 2 spots to pass. I mean, just a bizarre start here in Monaco as we do have the safety car right out of the gate. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a cleaner race here as we go into now lap 4. Looks like we might be spending a lot of time here at Monaco with the safety car leading the bunch. Certainly something else. Guys, let me know down in the chat what you all think of this race that we've seen so far, as Greeny still is in P1. Let's see if there's been any solid new position changes here. As we see, 6 did make up 7 positions from that start up to P13. CRX Mars and CRX Goads both really losing a lot of positions. Our top 3 remain unchanged. Fiscal loses a spot. Justice takes over in P4. So certainly some early winners and losers through the first, I guess, corner is really when kind of everything happened before the safety car came out. Certainly something to remember here in Monaco. I think that this track may visit some of our drivers' nightmares this evening. As we see, it looks like the safety car will be pulling off this lap, and we'll see a restart from Greeny that he will take whenever he feels he can get the best jump and maybe add some space between himself, Nicholas Volkman, and Josh Smith in this. As our safety car will lift here at the end of this lap, and away we go as we see Greeny take off here through that turn 1 safely. It looks like most of our drivers will be okay through this turn 1 this time, at least for now. Let's see if we have any collisions here in the back. Looks like everyone is going to get through this okay. Yes, indeed. As we go back up to the top with Greeny and Nicholas Volkman fighting for that P1. Only about a half second between the two of them. They're going to have to be very, very careful. The stopping distance in F2 is a little further than F1, so that might play a bit of havoc with some of these drivers in Monaco, where you have to stay on the brakes maybe a little bit more than you would in F1 cars. So far, so good. No big carnage as we see. Oh, maybe a bit of a wing plate come off of Josh Smithness, was it? No, not Josh Smithness. Looks like the damage was done to Nicholas Volkman. He looks like he's missing a bit of his right wing as L. Clark picks up a penalty. Yeah, indeed, it does look like his left wing. Sorry, check that. It looks like it's his left wing that's taken a bit of damage. And we do have, looks like Reflection maybe also takes a little bit of damage as he loses a couple of positions. No good for him. Let's see, so Nicholas Volkman will go in the pit to get that wing fixed. That's unfortunate for him. He'll go ahead and probably switch his tires, maybe try to take it to the end of the race. Not sure if he'll be able to do that. So Greeny is up a decent amount here. About 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of our racers, as we see not so much of a difference between Fiscal and Justice. We'll be right on each other. We'll see if Fiscal can maybe get a move done. Vapor Cobalt will be looking to pass Fiscal and Justice here as well. This is certainly very, very tight for P3 rather, sorry. We'll see a few racers bunched together as they come up to this turn 10 and turn 11. Very quick left into a right turn. As we see Styx also head into the pits at some point in that last lap. Justice picks up a 3-second time penalty. Definitely not what he'll be looking for. Lots of corner cutting we can see there. Maybe a couple more warnings going out. So far, it seems like we are doing okay as we see Greeny go into the pits, and Josh Smithness will take over the lead for now with Fiscal about 3.5 seconds behind. We'll hop on with Red Sniper and see if he can catch up to these two racers in front of him, Vapor Cobalt and Let's Get Fiscal, with KJ also right on the back of Red Sniper's car. Let's switch back maybe to KJ at the back of this train and see what these four drivers can bring us as they compete for P2. So we certainly are going to see lots of tire damage here. Go ahead and turn that off for just a moment as we keep an eye on this. Let's see if KJ can make up some distance on Red Sniper in front of him, as we see Vapor Cobalt pick up a 3-second time penalty as he looks to catch up to Let's Get Fiscal. Also, we just saw Lazy pick up a penalty. Really no margin for error here in Monaco. As we see here, as Vapor Cobalt is about a second behind Fiscal, with Red Sniper about a half second behind, as we see DRS is enabled. Our fastest lap so far is set by Let's Get Fiscal, looking to secure that 2 points for fastest lap here in this feature race. As he looks to pull away a little bit from Vapor Cobalt, who can't seem to put any distance between himself and Red Sniper. And we'll see if Red Sniper can perhaps get a move done on Vapor Cobalt. Nicholas Volkman, who then sets the fastest lap ahead of Let's Get Fiscal at about 1 minute and 23 seconds, and maybe another half second. Really, really interesting race here so far. Lots of penalties all up and down this grid, as really none of our table leaders, with the exception of Let's Get Fiscal, up in the top part of this grid, at least at this point. We see Trulson out in 7th place, who is in 7th in our table. But really, it seems like we're going to get some fresh blood to get some points here in Monaco. Let's see if we can find Trulson as he's right on Vapor Lazy. Vapor Lazy turning in a solid race here in 6th place. We'll see if Trulson can close that gap. Currently staying at about half a second, as we do get a yellow flag in Sector 2. Not sure. That looks to be maybe one of the CRX buds. No, I guess not. So, not sure who that yellow flag was for. Hopefully whoever it is, hopefully they're doing okay. Yeah, it looks like it was indeed CRX Mars coming around that corner maybe. As KJ picks up a time penalty, we'll head on board with Trulson, who's behind Vapor Lazy, who in turn is right on Word Cloud. We'll see if we get any sort of movement here. Just see Justice go into the pits. Justice, who I believe had a pretty solid qualifying time, finds himself down in 19th place. Let's go ahead and take a look at any sort of position changes. Yeah, Justice has lost 15 positions. Meanwhile, we've seen Trulson go up 8 positions, Vapor Lazy 5. Probably the big winners so far. Lots of losers here in Monaco. As you see, KJ loses 9 positions, Mars lose 10, and Justice lose 16 as he's currently in the pits. Let's see, let's go back up to Vapor Lazy, who will look to maybe get something done on Worry Cloud here. Reflection picks up a 3-second time penalty. I have a feeling we're going to see lots of time penalties all up and down this grid, as this is a really difficult track to not earn those time penalties on. I think Vapor Lazy maybe isn't quite close enough to get that DRS here through the home straight. Oh, I apologize. He's actually over on Sector 1. I was looking at the wrong part of the map there. Definitely not the first time that has happened, and it won't be the last. As we see Vachensky battling it out here with Nicholas Volkman. Nicholas Volkman looks like he got the pass done. We see Big Baguette in the pits. Greeny looks to go on the inside here. Ooh, that's very tight. It looks like a little bit of contact between Greeny and Vachensky. I'm sure Vachensky probably didn't appreciate that, as Greeny, ever the aggressive driver, does get that pass done. L. Clark will retire. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Hopefully he'll be able to stay out of the way of these other drivers as they come through. That's bad luck for L. Clark, who will not get a finish here in Monaco, at least for the future race. Hopefully we will see him back for the sprint. Back up at the top, we've got Let's Get Fiscal, 2.5 seconds back on those 9-lap old softs. Lots of our top 9 drivers have not visited the pits yet, so I'm sure that we'll see maybe some pit stops from them in the next lap or two as they'll look to change those tires out. Reflection, we see pick up another 3-second time penalty as he gives up a position to KJ. Vapor Trench is in the pits, as we see. We'll see if maybe Josh Smithness will head into the pits at the conclusion of this lap. Let's see if we have any close margins to follow here. We do see the grid getting a little bit more spread out. Big Baguette is about a second behind Styx. That's probably our closest margin currently here in Monaco. As Big Baguette almost put it into the wall there. That was very close. As we see, Styx does expand that lead on Big Baguette. We'll go up to Red Sniper, only half a second behind Vapor Cobalt here in Monaco. And we'll maybe stay here just for a moment. I have a feeling we'll start seeing these leaders pit maybe at the conclusion of this lap. Let's in fact hop on with Josh Smith to see if he does indeed head into the pits or decide to stay out for one more lap. It looks like he will maybe stay out. Not entirely sure here. Yeah, it looks like Josh Smithness will indeed stay out for another lap. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 2. That looks to be maybe one of the CRX fellas again. Yeah, we see them start to bunch up a little bit as Justice closes that gap there on both CRX drivers. Really quite the intervals we're seeing here. Not very close together here, as we see Goads pick up a 3-second time penalty. We see our drivers are quite spread out, which I suppose is not exactly the worst news, as that will hopefully keep the collisions to a minimum. We see Sticks pick up a 3-second. Big time yellow flag here. I guess that would have been Josh Smithness, who goes into the wall. Ooh, looks like he clipped maybe Vapor Lazy. Or no, I guess that would have been Worried Cloud as he tries to get back off the wall. So Josh Smithness not going to be happy with that at all. And Let's Get Fiscal is now our race leader, as we saw Josh Smithness maybe lose it a little bit into a wall and lose the lead. He ends up, at the conclusion of that collision, he'll have to settle down into P5. Wow, this has certainly been an uneventful race. Let's see, we've got Vapor Lazy, who's right on the back of Worried Cloud. We'll see if they can get something done here. As we see Mars now pick up a 3-second time penalty. Just absolute carnage. We see Red Sniper head into those pits. Let's Get Fiscal, our only top 5 driver without a penalty. So he's got to feel good about that. He will have to, however, head into the pits sooner rather than later on those 12-lap-old softs. As we, very close contact there as Vapor Lazy gets right on the back of Worried Cloud. Maybe Worried Cloud, a bit of late braking caused that collision there. This is certainly something else, folks. I mean, it's been an eventful race, to be sure. And we'll see if Fiscal, with that 7-second lead, will pit as he looks like Red Sniper has gone ahead and left the session. Not sure what would have happened to Red Sniper. That's bad luck for him. Let's see, as we see Goads pick up yet another time penalty. Fiscal's going to stay out on those 13-lap-old softs. Looks like at the very least, some of our top drivers will stay out. We see Josh Smithness head into the pits, probably a bit of damage from that earlier collision that cost him his P1, at least about 2/3 of the way through this feature race, as Let's Get Fiscal is still doing excellently, looking to pick up those 25 points in this feature race. As long as he keeps it on the track, he still will have to make a pit stop, but I think he should still be doing okay even after coming out of the pits. Perhaps yellow flag in Sector 2. Not sure if that was maybe Red Sniper, if he's maybe trying to rejoin the session perhaps. As Let's Get Fiscal expands his lead more so over Vapor Cobalt, now about 7 seconds. Vapor Lazy still looking to get a move done on Worried Cloud for that P3 spot. As I noted, Vapor Cobalt, Worried Cloud, and Vapor Lazy all have penalties currently. We'll have to take a look maybe a little bit later and see what exactly those penalties are. Another yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like that's already lifted, so nothing too much to worry about there. Let's see if Fiscal, Vapor Lazy, I guess in the pit speeds, picks up a 5-second penalty. That's bad luck for Vapor Lazy, as Fiscal will stay out now on 14-lap-old softs. Let's see what kind of interval, about 19 seconds, so almost a full pit stop interval that he's built up on Colin, who will also stay out on 13-lap-old softs. It looks like as Greeny has moved his way up to P3, and Nicholas Volkman is currently in P2, now 20 seconds behind. Let's Get Fiscal, and we'll keep it right here with Greeny as he'll look to see if he can slip by Nicholas Volkman. His reflection picks up a 3-second penalty. Ooh, bit of contact there as Greeny drives right into Volkman and maybe spins him out a little bit. Volkman cannot be happy about that, as we see Greeny once again maybe get a little overly aggressive. I don't see any damage, which would be very, very lucky. It seemed to be a relatively low-speed collision. Might be missing an end plate. I can't quite tell. But certainly very aggressive from Greeny, as we've come to expect. Yeah, it looks like he is missing those end plates. So I'm sure we'll see a pit stop from him. Definitely not what we wanted to see from Greeny. As Fisco's now built up a 22-second interval and will almost certainly pit here. I can't imagine that he will stay out past this 15th lap on those soft tires, as he is still obligated to change those tires. Sticks picks up a 3-second penalty. We're just seeing penalties left and right here, folks. Let's see if we can find that safety flag. I actually don't see it. Come back here with Greeny, who despite the wing damage is still keeping it pretty tight on Nicholas Volkman. We'll see if maybe he can get a move done on Nicholas Volkman, who honestly at this point is probably just hoping that he doesn't take yet another collision at the hands of Greeny, as Greeny looks to get it done. Josh Smith and his DNFs there. Must have been a wreck. And we do have a safety car here, which honestly Fiscal probably didn't want to see that safety car with the lead that he has built up. He will go ahead and pit and start out after the safety car with the lead, but it will be much, much tighter than he would have hoped. As we see Goads pick up a 5-second for a collision with Red Sniper. That must have happened earlier. As we now see Fiscal catching up to the back of some of these drivers in the pits. He will go ahead and pit, and I would imagine have to be frustrated by the safety car, as he will wait for the drivers to catch up to him, I suppose. Really bad luck for Let's Get Fiscal, who had built up such a nice lead. Was looking like he'd be able to pit and still come out with the lead here in Monaco. But unfortunately for him, he will have to wait for the safety car, as it should lift with only a lap or two remaining. So I guess we're going to be in for quite the finish here in Monaco. Wow. As we see, Nicholas Volkman has caught up to Let's Get Fiscal, who Let's Get Fiscal did manage to make it out of the pits, still in P1. So that at least will be nice for him. He'll have kind of open pastures in front of him, as we see Nicholas Volkman on those 11-lap old softs, and Greeny on the softs as well, as Greeny allows CRX to pass him. Maybe a bit of contact there. No reason for that, as he does pick up a 5-second penalty for that collision. I don't know if I would call that a severe collision. So Greeny, I'm sure, will have cause to be a little frustrated about that. I'm sure he's not happy with that penalty. So we're going to be bunched up here again as we, head into this final couple of laps once the safety car lifts. Certainly carnage here as we wait to see what comes of these last few laps at Monaco. Can Let's Get Fiscal get it done and finish in first place? Will Nicholas Volkman maybe give him a run for his money? Nicholas Volkman, of course, without penalties. Let's actually take a look in the race director and see what kind of penalties we're looking at. Let's see through these early laps, lots and lots of penalties that we've already kind of talked about. 3-second for Clark, who DNF'd, so that won't come into play. Justice has a 3-second. Vapor Cobalt has a 3-second penalty. Vapor Lazy, 3 seconds. I mean, just look at all these warnings and penalties, folks. KJ, 3 seconds. Vapor Lazy has a 3-second. 3-second for Reflection. Goads has a 3-second. Pachensky has a 3-second. Reflection, that's another 3-second for him. Goads has a 3-second. I believe that's the second 3-second that we saw. Sticks has a 3 seconds. Word Cloud a 3 seconds. Vapor Lazy at 3 seconds. Mars with a 3 seconds. Justice with another 3 seconds. Goes with a 3 seconds. Vapor Lazy for that speeding in the pit lane. 3 seconds for another 3 seconds for reflection, 3 seconds for Greeny, KJ with 3 seconds, Sticks with 3 seconds. Let's see, Goads with a 5-second time penalty for the collision. Greeny with that severe collision we just saw with Mars. And then another 3-second for Goads. So definitely lots of penalties coming into play here as we wait for the safety car to lift. Probably, I don't know, I'm not sure if it'll lift at the end of this lap or maybe the next. But certainly very soon. And Let's Get Fiscal will look to get a good start. No, it looks like we will have the safety car for one more lap. So that will mean that we will only have 2 laps remaining once the safety car lifts, with our margins now closing in just a little bit more as we get prepared for a finish to, frankly, one hell of an entertaining race. And we look forward to one hell of an entertaining finish here in Monaco. And folks, don't go anywhere after this feature race, as we still have the sprint race yet to watch. With that restart, we are going to end up going a little longer than we normally would for F2. But, I mean, I'm certainly having fun. I don't want it to end. I don't know about you folks back at home. As safety car brings them around to turns 10 and 11. As we approach Sector 3, and I imagine we'll be approaching a race start here as our safety car peels away just a little bit from Let's Get Fiscal. Let's see if, yeah, it looks like our safety car will be heading off at the end of this lap. And then Let's Get Fiscal will look to get the best possible start he can. Maybe bunching up the drivers behind him just a little bit. And he does take off here. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 2 laps remaining. And we are off. Green flags all around. Let's see how we look through this first turn, where we know we've had some trouble before. And it looks like everyone's going to get through okay through this first turn. So we'll return up to our leaders with Let's Get Fiscal, creating a little bit of separation over Nicholas Volkman. We see Vapor Cobalt going around Colin here. Still very bunched up. Very, very tight here with the safety car lifting. Hopefully our drivers can keep it on the track as we see Greeny maybe losing it. Oh, he's lost all of his wing as he plows into the back of Vapor Cobalt. And he's lost his entire left wing. It's just absolutely gone, Greeny's is. That's not what Greeny wanted to see here. And we'll, as we see, was that KJ that just went full throttle, losing that end plate into the wall, and he goes again into the wall, having a really tough time keeping it on the track here. Wow, this is certainly something else. As we see another yellow flag that must have been from KJ's collision. Fiscal's out now to a 2.5-second head start. Looks like Greeny is doing his best without that left wing to keep it on the track. Fiscal picks up the fastest lap here as we are in our final lap here in Monaco. So it looks like Fiscal not only will pick up the 25 points for the race, but perhaps also pick up the 2 points for that fastest lap. Wow, just yellow flags coming thick and frequently now. Let's see, a lot of carnage back there. I'm not sure where that was from, but just lots and lots of damage in this final lap. And we'll go ahead and take a look. It looks like Fiscal will comfortably finish in that P1 slot. Greeny's doing his best to keep it in the top 5 without a left wing. Hopefully he can manage to keep it on the track here and not run into a wall. I'm sure he's having a lot of trouble without that wing as we see him plow into the wall again. Lucky to not lose a tire there. as we see Fiscal just way out in front now, 7.5 seconds. Very comfortable finish for Let's Get Fiscal, as he will take home the trophy in this feature race. And Greeny rather, is doing everything he can just to keep it on the track and maybe fend off Worried Cloud. As we see Fiscal come across the finish line for that P1. Nicholas Volkman should be able to take this P2 as long as he can hold off Vapor Cobalt. Greeny doing his best to fend off Worried Cloud, and somehow, without that left wing, is gonna looks like he'll maybe we'll see after penalties where Greeny ends up. He's got tons and tons of penalties, so he'll probably end up out of the top 10. Really quite an interesting finish here, and it looks like Greeny will actually finish in 10th as we wait for these last few drivers to come across our finish line. Quite an interesting feature race, ladies and gentlemen. We do see Let's Get Fiscal take the trophy in this feature race, also with the fastest lap time. So he'll secure 27 points in this feature race. Don't go anywhere. We're still going to have this sprint race coming up here in just a moment, as we see Fiscal do a little dance as he takes his place on the podium, holding up that F2 trophy for the third F2 race of the Bette Jalle season. Let's Get Fiscal is victorious here in Monaco. You know, it was a long time coming, but we got it done. We managed. And Let's Get Fiscal takes that trophy home as we see the champagne celebration. So with that win in the feature race, Fiscal will start the sprint in P8. So our sprint race grid will look like Big Baguette will start at pole, Worried Cloud second, Vapor Trench third, Gourlay will start the sprint race in fourth, Trulson fifth, Vapor Cobalt sixth, Nicholas Volkman seventh, and Fiscal eighth. And then the rest of the grid will look similar to what you see here. KJ at 9th, Greeny 10th, etc., etc. Really nice finish from Gourlay. Very much needed points for him. I believe those are his first points of the season. I don't think I'm misspeaking here, but let me just double check. Yeah, I don't see... I apologize. Gourlay does have 8 points, but he'll be happy with those 5th place points, which will add 10 points to his 8 that he already has, so he'll more than double his points total coming into the sprint race here in Monaco. And it looks like we'll just jump right into it, into the sprint race. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we see a nice clean turn 1 in this sprint race and don't have that immediate safety car that we've seen in the feature race right out of turn 1. Yeah, we'll see what happens as we wait for all of these drivers to ready up. 21 drivers in that feature race, and considering it was Monaco, I believe we only had 2 racers disqualified. It honestly could have been so much worse, truthfully, as we saw just damage left and right from so many of these drivers. And we'll see, you know, what happens here in this sprint race here in Monaco. And yeah, we'll just jump right into it as away we go here in this sprint race. Set up in our formation lap. Again, Big Baguette will start in pole, Worried Cloud second, Vapor Trench third, Gourlay fourth, Trulson fifth, sixth is Vapor Cobalt, seventh is Nicholas Volkman, eighth is Let's Get Fiscal. And should be a lot of fun, guys. Should be a lot of fun. Well, welcome back to Monaco. Hope everyone enjoyed that feature race. And we'll look for hopefully slightly less carnage here in this 15-lap sprint race. Of course, no tire change is required here. As we see all of our drivers on soft tires, we'll look to take those all 15 laps. Vapor Cobalt and Nicholas Volkman are both disqualified from our formation lap. As we finish up our formation lap here for the sprint race. See what happens here in Monaco. Monaco, of course, made famous by being featured in Iron Man 2. Not sure if our viewers at home have seen that film, but a lot of action occurred in that movie. Maybe not quite as much as our feature race, though. As we get underway, the lights are out in Monaco. And we'll see what kind of carnage we have here. Really 2 cars wide going into this turn. Let's see. Relatively clean. Looks like everyone's through our turn 1. So that is at least something. Although we do have a yellow flag in Sector 1, as we see Trulson come up. Let's see if we've started here as our table tries its best to reset itself. Let's hop on with Trulson. Big Baguette still does have the lead. As we see a bit of a backup here. Let's see what happened. Seems like everyone, at the very least, will get through semi-unscathed. Big Baguette has opened up about a 1.5-second lead. And Let's Get Fiscal has lost a position. He's now back in 9th place. And we do have a virtual safety car now out. So we'll have our drivers try to maintain about 40% of their delta. As we do see that virtual safety car lift. And we are once again green in Monaco. Quite the train here up at the front, with the top 3 drivers all within about a second of each other. We'll hop on board with Trulson as Big Baguette sets a 1 minute and 34-second time for fastest lap. I'm sure that certainly will not hold up. Let's take a look back at turn 1. It seems like everyone's through turn 1 safely. We'll go back up here to the top as we see Trulson on the back of Word Cloud. Big Baguette leading the way, almost a second ahead of Word Cloud, who in turn is about a second ahead of Trulson. We'll hop on board with Vapor Cobalt right on the back of his friend Vapor Trench. And Nicholas Volkman is right behind Gourlay. Might try to get something done on him. Let's stay put here and see. As we see, maybe Gourlay cut that corner just a little bit. And Greeny's out of the race. Not sure what happened there. It looked like he's into the wall off to the right side, as you can see there. Oh, so the tires come off for Greeny, so he will DNF this race. And we do have a safety car from that collision. A lot of safety cars here today, guys. Lots of them. This safety car has maybe done a third of the laps as the rest of our drivers, as Greeny will be disqualified, DNF into the wall. That's unfortunate for him. As we see that turn 10 and turn 11 are just really driving these drivers crazy. They just can't seem to get through it unscathed. And we saw Greeny pay the price there. as we see a few drivers maybe repairing some damage heading into the pits, taking advantage of this safety car. Josh Smith will pick up a 3-second time penalty during the safety car. Certainly not what you want with the safety car out. So this safety car will slow things down for a couple of laps as Big Baguette starts in pole position and maintains that P1, at least for now. Let's take a look and see who our winners and losers are so far. Trilson's up a couple positions. Clark is up 8 positions. Big loser at this point in the sprint race is Let's Get Fiscal, who's lost 8 positions, having to pit, probably having to repair a bit of wing damage, I would imagine. As I would imagine these folks are going through more wings than our friends in Buffalo do on Super Bowl Sunday. For those European viewers, Super Bowl Sunday is an American holiday where we all get very, very drunk and embarrass ourselves in front of our friends. And we eat a lot of buffalo wings. As we see CRX Mars picking up a penalty there, 3 seconds. And we'll wait for the safety car to lift here in Monaco. This race has certainly been something else. One DNF so far in our sprint race, that was Greeny, CFC. And we'll see what happens when the safety car lifts, as we see everyone kind of bunched up pretty nicely on one another. Still waiting for CRX Goats in P15 to catch up to the rest of our group. CRX Mars is a bit behind also as well. And of course all of those drivers behind both CRX drivers will need to maybe close the gap just a little bit on our race leaders. As we are now in lap 4, safety car once again coming out at lap 1. I will say at the very least we got through turn 1 before the safety car came out. So, you know, baby steps, certainly in order. We'll see if these drivers can hopefully keep it on the track and keep that safety car nestled at home. I mean, honestly, I think my driver of the day almost has to go to the driver of the safety car, who has done a really great job out here today, taking us through arguably 8, maybe 9 laps of this FC race here in Monaco. Excellent work from him. Kudos. Raise is certainly in order, but of course you didn't hear it from this announcer. As we get through lap 5 here, I think the safety car should be coming out at the end of this lap, and we will have live racing once again as we see the folks at the back of the pack closing that gap and rejoining our train here. We'll go ahead and turn our tires back on. As we come through Sector 2, I feel like we will almost certainly see the safety car head into the pits, and Big Baguette will look to get the best start he can, and maybe a little bit of separation between himself and Worried Cloud. And we do get the word from race control that the safety car is lifting this lap. So Big Baguette will maybe slow it down just a little bit, try to get Worried Cloud to maybe tap the brakes before he takes off, and try to get just a bit of separation. And we see Big Baguette, not yet, and now he's giving it the gas, and we are away once again here in Monaco. Not able to get a lot of separation there, as we'll look through turn 1. Seems like everyone's going to be okay through turn 1. Maybe a bit of a collision, but he did his best. Oh, and we see a collision here. Who was that? That looks like it's Reflection, who was into the wall, loses a wing, but should be okay. And we see Worried Cloud give up a position to Trulson there. So bad luck for Reflection as he found the wall. Very bunched together here as we go 2 drivers wide through this turn. Wow, I mean, very, very tight. And we see Nicholas Volkman get past Corley. As Corley maybe hopes to take that spot back from Nicholas Volkman. Big Baguette has now turned that interval into about a second ahead of Trulson. Still very tight at the top. Ooh, more damage maybe as Reflection retires from the session. Not sure, maybe just before turn 10 it looks like. Not sure what happened. Oh, we see the tire off and we have another safety car. You've heard it before, hear it again. Looks like we'll have another few laps under safety car here in Monaco. Looks like we'll have about half of these laps with our safety car in tow. Once again, absolutely have to give the driver of the day nod to our safety car driver. I think we'll call him Eddie. Eddie's doing a fantastic job driving that beautiful Mercedes safety car, and he's certainly earning his money here in Monaco, that's for sure. We'll have to see at the end of the sprint race who the driver of the day is. Let's take a look during the safety car at who has our fastest lap. Big Baguette currently has the fastest lap at 1 minute and 27 seconds. Just maybe Moose's knuckle hair under 1 minute 28, but still good enough for the fastest lap so far in this sprint race. Oh, I apologize. That's actually not in order of fastest lap. Josh Smithness actually has the fastest lap at 1 minute 25. So about 2.5 seconds or so faster than Big Baguette. Apologize for misspeaking there. As we've had now 2 drivers DNF here the sprint portion of this Monaco F2 race. Wow. And we will have the safety car out for at least a few more laps. As I said, you know, he's certainly earning that paycheck, as he has spent a lot of time out on this circuit here in Monaco. So this is about as eventful as an uneventful sprint race can get in F2. Lots of carnage, lots of damage, lots of wings being shredded. We still have 19 racers on the grid, and they will do their best to hopefully stay away from those walls and close this gap, as our winner of the feature race, Let's Get Fiscal, currently in 15th in the sprint race. He'll certainly be looking to make up maybe just a little bit of time and positions through the last 5 or 6 laps once the safety car lifts. For those of you that watched this back after the race, I hope that you know that it was sure as hell entertaining for me, and I certainly hope that you enjoy this watch back as we take you through our 8th lap here in Monaco, once again under the safety car, who has spent a lot of time out on the grid here in Monaco. Feel free to give me a shout in the comments as we hit this lull in action with the safety car out. Looks like he will stay out for one more lap as we get everyone grouped together. Goad's still about 10 seconds back off the back of the pack, so he'll hope to close that gap in this 9th lap with the safety car out. And and I feel comfortable in saying that this will be the last lap of this safety car. The second safety car already. I mean, this sprint race is only 15 laps long, ladies and gentlemen, and we've had a safety car for 6 of them. We've raced 8 laps on our 9th, and we've had the safety car out for 5 of them. Now, not really one for math or statistics, but that seems to me like maybe the safety car is spending out just a little bit too much time out on the track here in Monaco. As our safety car rounds our turns 5, 6, and 7, goes through turn 8, meets turn 9, and into turn 10, where we saw Greeny go straight into that wall and maybe lose it just a little bit as we come through this last sector of the Monaco circuit. I certainly feel like we'll see a shakeup of points here as we see Justice pick up a penalty for colliding there under the safety car. I mean, you just got to be smarter than that. And it does look like the safety car will be lifting at the end of this lap, maybe? I might have spoken too soon. Yes, he will lift. So we'll see Big Baguette try to take off here, and we'll track him through turn 1 as we see if these drivers do indeed make it through turn 1. Justice has retired, probably upset about that severe collision, I would imagine. And we'll see if Big Baguette can hold on to the lead, only narrowly in front of Trulson, who really rides the back of Big Baguette. And we see Nicholas Volkmann also right on Vapor Cobalt's tail. We're very bunched up here as we just saw this safety car lift. And hopefully no collisions here. Very nice work from those drivers. As we come down this semi-back straight, I'll call it. And see what happens here in our last 5 laps. Hopefully we get through it without any more safety cars. Fingers crossed. It certainly would be nice if we can keep it clean here through the end of this race, as we see Nicholas Volkmann look to maybe get a move done on Vapor Cobalt. He will indeed get that move done on the inside of Vapor Cobalt. Very nice driving from Nicholas Volkmann there. Looks like he's going to hold on to that position for now. Lots of fastest lap times coming in as Vapor Trench sets the current fastest lap at 1 minute and 24 seconds. Bit of collision with the wall there from Nicholas Volkmann. Hopefully he'll be able to keep it clean. As we see a yellow flag back where L. Clark is. Looks like he's going to be okay though. Big Baguette still with about a second lead over Trulson, currently at 7/10 of a second. We'll look to stretch that lead out just a little bit. Very tight here around this corner. Oh, look at that. Very close driving from all these drivers. We see a bit of a fight from Worried Cloud and Vapor Trench. Vapor Trench does take that 3rd position away from Worried Cloud. As we see Vapor Trench maybe losing just a little bit of grip there. See if he can keep it on the track. As we'll take it to the helicopter here in Monaco. No wing damage that I can see on Vapor Trench, so it looks like he did that pass cleanly. Vapor Cobalt, we do see right back on the tail of Nicholas Volkmann, probably looking to take that position back from Nicholas Volkmann, who passed him just moments ago. Still very tight up at the top here. Let's go on board with Let's Get Fiscal, who will be right on Red Sniper, looking to get a move done on Red Sniper. Seems maybe to have Can't tell if he's ghost driving or lost his connection maybe. It looks like Fiscal will have a difficult time getting through these drivers as he maybe bumps the back of Red Sniper's car here through this very sharp left turn. CRX Mars sets a fastest time with 1 minute and 23 seconds. Very close driving we see here from Let's Get Fiscal, with Josh Smith just a little over a second behind him. We'll see if Let's Get Fiscal can get a move done here on Red Sniper. Just doesn't look like he can really get very much done, as we see a yellow flag. Looks like CRX Mars. Ooh, who was that? Styx looks like he's in the wall. No good for Styx. As he attempts to get back on the track, it does. Bad luck for Styx, as Fiscal does get the pass done on a couple different drivers. That was Gourlay, I think, in the wall there. And he'll try to get back on the track without too much damage, although it does look like he's lost that left wing, has Gourlay. Definitely not what you want to see. Fiscal is on the hunt for some points here with only 2.5 laps remaining. We'll see what he can get done to maybe move up a couple more spots to get into the points. He's going to have to get a move done on Colin and KJ, and he is a bit of a distance behind. So we'll definitely see. He will have a chance, I think. It's safe to say, to get back up a couple more positions, as we saw Gourlay lose it just a little bit, and Styx as well. Both of them are back on the track, and hopefully we'll finish here in Monaco. As you see Nicholas Volkman pick up a 3-second time penalty, as he was looking to maybe get a move done on Word Cloud. And Trulson is right on Big Baguette, maybe a bit of contact there, as Trulson will look to try to find a way to pass Big Baguette, and KJ just picks up a 3-second penalty as well. DRNS isn't able through this home straight, and we'll see if Trulson can close this gap at all. It doesn't look like he will quite be able to make that time up, as Styx also picks up a 3-second time penalty. So right here with Trulson, as he looks to get by Big Baguette here in Monaco. Big Baguette leading the way, and really right on Big Baguette. Very, very close. As he maybe once again taps Big Baguette just a little bit, and they'll take this sharp left turn, a bit more contact, and Big Baguette spins out just a little bit. Trulson stays right on him, as we see Vapor Trench close the gap behind Trulson, as Big Baguette does a very nice job driving defensively to keep Trulson from getting the pass done on that left turn. We're seeing some really fun and excellent driving here in Monaco. And it looks like we will hopefully get through these last 2 laps without any more bad collisions. You see Vapor Cobalt pick up that 3-second time penalty. And Trulson really trying to get this this done. Oh, Colin looks like he's maybe lost it just a little bit. And Let's Get Fiscal moves up yet another position to P9 now. So he'll look to try to catch up to KJ 2 seconds ahead of him. Sorry, 5 seconds ahead of him. So a lot of work to do in this last lap. As you see Goads maybe taking a bit of damage. Let's just stay right up here at the top with Trulson, as this is our last lap. So we'll stay up here with the action and hopefully try to figure out what happened behind this. But certainly, as Trulson almost loses it there, giving Vapor Trench a chance to pass him on the inside. And he loses it again, spins out. He's going to be blocking the track here, as a lot of contact between Vapor Trench. Now we see another big collision up here, as we see a few cars try to slip through. Nicholas Volkman, I would say, definitely lost out, and that will give Fiscal time to close this gap, maybe a little bit, and on his hunt for points. So it looks like Big Baguette has now separated himself from Trulson after that contact that he had. Kind of cost Trulson a chance at the win here. So Big Baguette should be comfortable as long as he can keep it together through Sector 3 with the first place finish. We'll see if Vapor Trench can maybe get the edge, as we see KJ Big collision there, and Let's Get Fiscal will indeed slip into and earn some points here in Monaco, assuming that he can stay off the wall, as we see him maybe hit just a little bit of contact there. So Let's Get Fiscal did a very nice job getting it back together, going down so low as I believe P15 or P16 and working his way back up to P8 after starting in P8. So very nice work from him. And we will see, let's see if Fiscal can get a move done here at the finish. No, unfortunately. Oh, he moves up though with penalties into 5th place. Very nice work from Let's Get Fiscal. I would say if I didn't give the driver of the day to our safety car driver, I would have to give it to Let's Get Fiscal, who really fought his way back from the bottom of the grid after a horrible start to finish in 5th place. So in our sprint race, we had Big Baguette take home first, Trulson second, Vapor Trench third, Vapor Cobalt fourth. Let's Get Fiscal rounds out our top 5 here in the sprint race. Nicholas Volkman takes 6th, Lori Cloud 7th, Vapor Lazy 8th, Red Sniper I 9th, Colin 10th, KJ 11th, Clark will be 12th, Styx 13th, 14th is Josh Smith, 15th Chensky, Gourlay will take 16th, Goads and Mars will end up in, as we see Goads maybe have a little bit of fun there at the finish line, and Mars will finish in 18th. So all of our drivers are in, and we are all done here in Monaco. Very entertaining feature race, very entertaining sprint race. Clark gets the game's nod for driver of the day. Like I said, I think mine has to go to our safety car driver. So the big winners today in the feature race, it was Let's Get Fiscal taking home first. In the sprint race, it'll be Big Baguette taking home first and earning the 15 points in the sprint race. A lot of fun here, folks, in Monaco. I hope that you'll join me on Friday, where we will be bringing you our F1 race also at Monaco. So hopefully the F1 race proves as entertaining as this F2 race. This is your man on the mic, Ben Silver, saying see you on Friday. Really look forward to a great race. I had a lot of fun today, and I certainly hope you did too. See you next week, folks.